They had the world at their feet. Millions of fans, glory on the pitch, and dreams still unfolding. But in a sudden heartbeat, it was all gone. These aren't just tragic headlines. These are real stories of footballers who died unexpectedly and left behind a game that never really healed. Let's take a look at the players whose final whistles came far too soon and the impact they left behind. First, Diogo Jota, a shocking 2025 tragedy. In July 2025, football was rocked to its core. Liverpool forward Diogo Jota, only 28, was driving through Spain with his brother Andre. They were headed back from Portugal, recovering, relaxing, and keeping things low-key. But somewhere on the A52 highway, disaster struck. Reports say a tire on their Lamborghini Huracan exploded. The car veered off the road and burst into flames. Neither brother survived. The tributes flooded in, from fans, teammates, rivals, even Cristiano Ronaldo. But the questions still linger. Was it speed, bad maintenance, or just cruel fate? Second, José Antonio Reyes, Speed Kills 2019. José Antonio Reyes was a name that echoed across Arsenal, Sevilla, and La Liga. But in June 2019, at just 35 years old, he was gone. Reyes was in a Mercedes Brabus S 550 with his cousins when the car hit 135 miles per hour. That speed, on a public road, was fatal. The vehicle flipped, caught fire, and left only devastation. Police ruled out alcohol or drugs, just raw speed. A career of dazzling footwork, erased in seconds by horsepower and adrenaline. Third, Emiliano Sala, Lost in the Sky 2019. Sometimes tragedy isn't on the road, it's in the sky. In January 2019, Emiliano Sala had just been signed by Cardiff City, full of promise, full of excitement. But his small aircraft crashed into the English Channel before he ever wore the jersey. The pilot wasn't licensed to fly at night. There was carbon monoxide in the cabin. No black box. Sala's body was found weeks later. His dreams drowned, along with the system that failed him. Fourth, Marc-Vivien Foé, Collapse on the Pitch, 2003. June 2003. Confederations Cup semi-final, Cameroon versus Colombia. Marc-Vivien Foé suddenly collapsed near the center circle. No contact, no warning. He never got up. The cause? Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a hidden heart condition. He was just 28. His shirt was retired. His death changed how clubs approached medical checks forever. Fifth, Antonio Puerta, The Hidden Dangers, 2007. Sevilla's Antonio Puerta was just 22 when he collapsed during a La Liga game. He briefly recovered, walked off the pitch even, but later suffered multiple cardiac arrests in the hospital. Within 3 days, he passed away. His death sparked a wave of reform in Spain: on-site defibrillators, emergency protocols. Puerta's tragedy saved lives, but cost everything. Second, Daniel Jarque, Gone in Silence, 2009. In 2009, Daniel Jarka, captain of Espanyol, was away with his team in Italy. He never made it to dinner. A phone call with his pregnant girlfriend was the last thing he did. Moments later, a fatal heart attack struck in his hotel room. He was 26, in his prime, a captain, a soon-to-be father. His death was so unexpected, it stunned even hardened professionals. The next generation of players now undergo mandatory screenings thanks to him. 7. Diego Maradona, A Global Farewell, 2020. No list is complete without the most iconic name in football. Diego Armando Maradona, a magician with the ball, a god in Argentina. In November 2020, the world paused when news broke of his passing. A heart attack claimed him, Just weeks after brain surgery, the streets of Buenos Aires overflowed with fans. Murals were painted, stadiums renamed, love poured in. Yet behind the legend was a man whose health battles and personal demons finally caught up with him. Conclusion: the whistle never came back. Each of these players gave us moments to remember and exits we'll never forget. Whether it was a hidden heartbeat, a fiery crash, or a quiet fall in a hotel room, every death shook football. But they also forced change, more screenings, safer protocols, smarter decisions, and most importantly, a legacy that lasts beyond the game. If you felt this, share it, honor them, and let's never forget the lives behind the jerseys. Subscribe now for more emotional stories from the world of football.